What's up and welcome to AfterBuzz Anime Reviews. We're starting a new show. We're talking about When They Cry. Oh my goodness, this show got violent real fast. We're going to talk about our thoughts on that. We have a crate to tell you about and a new show that's coming back. We got news for you. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up? Welcome to AfterBuzz Anime Reviews. We're starting a new show.
Yay!
We're talking about When They Cry. It came out back in 2006, and this is, even though it's an oldie, it is a goodie. So we're going to talk all about that. We have a special Japan crate unboxing and a TV show that is coming back in a way that maybe you get to see it before everybody else, or at least most people. So we're going to talk about all that and more. My name is Kari Lane. I'm joined by my awesome panelists.
What's up, guys? Jaimi Gray.
Hey guys, I'm Ollie Drennan.
All right, Ollie, you have seen this show before, but it's been some time. What do you think now going back?
It's so cool. This is a very special anime for me because obviously these characters, we'll talk about it, they're in like the middle of nowhere. That's very to how I grew up, and just finding ways with your friends to not kill them, but to have fun. And you're in the small town and it's creepy at the same time, and it's just it's nostalgic, and I'm happy to go on this journey with you guys. I think it's a crazy anime, as you can already tell by the first arc, and it really sticks with you. But I think there's a really good message behind it at the end of the day once you actually watch the whole thing. But it's a very special anime to me, one of my tops for sure.
I'm glad you mentioned arcs. So we will be covering this show in the arcs. So we'll let you know what episodes we're going to be covering. So just check back RC on the listing so that you are up to date with what we're doing. So like this right now is episodes 1 through 4 is this arc, and it does like beginning and end for this segment. Jaimi, what did you think of these episodes?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm still getting used to it. It is eerie. I do think it's good, and I'm excited to kind of see where it goes, because I know Ollie's like, listen, just give it a chance. I'm like, okay. But I like a good creepy anime psychological horror thriller. So when we see like the opening scene, and then of course at the very end of the episode, it's all kind of coming full circle. So yeah, I don't have a favorite character yet. You know, I like to kind of pick and choose my favorites, you know. But it's good, and I like how they kind of use the term spirited away. So for all my Hayao Miyazaki fans, you know, it's not spirited away like in a whimsical way.
Not a good one, no.
More of like a, you know, horrific type of way.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see more, and you know, I'm very open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Veronica wasn't able to make it today. This is also one she watched a long time ago and was excited to revisit it. So we'll see what her thoughts are for next week. So yes, Spirited Away. They have like the main chapters, but they also said this segment was Spirited Away by the Demon, Chapter 1. So we got episode 1. And yeah, I think the show is cray-cray, but I'm excited to keep seeing where it's going. We learn it's June 1983. We get this brutal scene. 2 girls are pretty much dead. This violent guy. I love the theme songs. Let's take a moment on that. You guys like that music?
The music is so
and the
good.
lyrics, so too. You're all, wait, this is really pretty. And then you're like, what are they saying? At least the opening theme song, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm very pretty. It's like, oh my goodness, what? So yes, we get the small town, Hinamizawa. There we go. Blah, blah. We have our new kid, Keiichi, who's been there only a month. And he's kind of like your everyday guy. Kind of almost harem anime because he has all these girls hanging around him.
Boring. No,
but he's not
he wasn't
interested
in the opening. You know, it's so funny how because I just feel that's another thing. Like, I'm not saying I was boring as a child, but like he's like the token guy, and he has all these friends who are females, and that was totally me growing up. But I feel like you think it's like he's like the main character, but he's really not.
Of this story, I would say he is, but yeah.
Yeah, but he's really not.
Okay.
Overall.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Well, also with him, I thought it was really weird throughout the whole episode. There's like no other men his age.
Yeah.
Right.
Just super weird. You never see his parents, which is weird.
Thank you.
There's so many other like weird things. Yeah, right? Yeah. It's like, okay. We meet his friend, Rena, who's kind of this shy girl, and Mion, who's kind of this cool girl. Small town, they all got to be in the same building, which is like, okay, cool, sure. 15 students, all mixed ages. Then they go on their cute little town tour and picnic, and they have this like light music. And so these like let's go really fast and slam the brakes on you kind of a show, right?
Pretty much.
They have their picnic, which is really cute, and anime food always looks so good.
It does. That's why I was like, I kind of want some rice, like just a little couple things.
Yes, and the
Some
hamburger
bulgur.
patties
That's where all the budget goes. Is the up close shots
more
of the
detail.
food.
Yes. We also meet Satoko and Rika. Yeah, not Riku. Rika. Who are also kind of cute little characters. I mean, everybody's like, okay, kind of interesting and cute. And then that's when I think it starts to change, because this is all like light and fun and like cutesy, everything. And then we go to the dump. We go to this garbage area. And they also have kind of a moment of trash versus treasure, which I appreciated, because it's like, okay, this stuff is garbage. But she's like, no, I found a Kenta doll. And at first I was like, what? I was thinking it was going to be a body. Anybody else? Like because she's off in the distance.
Yeah.
She kind of doesn't want him to check it out. And I was waiting for him to like walk over and it be a body.
I mean, everything just about that whole dump scene was very eerie.
Yeah.
You know, from, Rena being over in the distance.
Yes.
And then him, because he fell in this episode too in the dump as well.
Yes.
And then, of course, the other people that we meet. So it's just all very eerie.
He's definitely still an outsider at this point, because he's been there for a month and he doesn't really know the whole the backstory of the town, and he doesn't really know these characters as well. And he's the only guy his age as we brought up, so he's definitely kind of on his toes at the moment, especially when some characters start to act up.
Yes. We have a live chat going. Welcome everybody in the live chat. Please, no spoilers, because Jaimi and I, this is the first time watching the anime. No spoilers, and because it's fun to get that surprise.
Yeah.
But leave your comments on these episodes down below, like only 1 through 4. And very much thank you for being here. Thumbs up and click that subscribe button so you can be up to date when we have our next episode and everything. So, yeah, super thought it was going to be a body. But then he kind of makes a joke about a body and is kind of like, so, yeah, this thing. When he's also talking, Tomitake, the photographer, when he makes that joke, that guy acts really weird. Immediate, break, screech, like, and you're like, what? Why are you being weird, right?
Yeah, I think I'm guilty of like pointing the fingers, like, okay, this person's guilty. Because at first, like the very first episode, I was like, okay, like, Keiichi, I was like, yeah, he's the one, because he was being so mean to Rena.
Yeah.
And, because he was like, yeah, I would just leave you. I would just leave you, and like
I'm
without
just
thought.
kidding.
And I was like, oh, he's really cold, because we've all seen characters like Rena where she seems so sweet and bubbly, kind of like the typical schoolgirl in anime. So I was like, okay, there's that. Then with Takatome, I was like, oh yeah, he's creepy too. He's probably one of the killers in this cotton drifting festival. So I was just ready to point the fingers at who was the bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
One thing I'll say about this anime is that keep guessing. This is an anime that is going to keep you on your toes and really surprise you, because there are some twists and turns. You're going to be like, oh, wow. So it makes sense that everything comes together in the end for sure.
Okay.
But lots of characters are surprising.
Nice. I know those listening, Ollie had a big old smile the whole time as Jaimi was talking about who he's pointing the finger at.
It's just awesome revisiting this for sure.
Yeah.
It's been like 9 years probably.
Are you seeing clues or hints or even just where things are going more now that you know?
It's funny because I feel like I've forgotten a lot that's happened, but the big, huge parts, like the not the red herrings, but the clues. I think I'm like noticing them again, and I'm noticing them along with Jaimi and what she's saying, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm interested in that theory that she has. But yeah, get ready.
This was pretty much like when watching Madoka, and you guys were not sure about Homura, and I'm like, dude, just wait. Right?
Yeah.
Shout out also thank you to all the guests we had on that show as well.
Yes.
It was so fun having them here, and stay tuned because on When They Cry, we are also having guests, which is super exciting. We'll post and let you know about that. So yeah, we have everything's creepy. We also never see what Rena is doing over there when she's by herself, but we do see the Kenta doll, so we're like, okay, fine. And then we mentioned that there was a dam going to be built, which is also a plot line that's happened in other things as well. And I'm like, dude, is everybody dead and we don't know it? Because that's happened before. And then Reina's being super weird and then mentioning like you're going to transfer and another transfer student thing. And you're just like, this is getting so weird.
Yeah, which I have a theory about that now, like after all the episodes. At first I was like, oh yeah, transfer student. I've transferred to schools before, but because it's like Spirited Away with the Demon, I'm like, transfer, so maybe souls transferred, spirits, minds.
Ollie's like, yeah, good job, Ollie.
Something.
And then we have, the Kenta doll. I thought that was all. Everything's super suspicious. Okay, Class Club. Oh my goodness, they're also kind of weird. They're into their games. They play for reals.
But they don't have anything else to do.
That's true. I like it.
They literally, like, that's why I could so relate to this, because these characters have nothing to do in this small town.
Yes.
Like, this is before they got the cell phone.
Yeah.
Barely technology back in the day.
Oh, because, he has the old phone, the regular phone. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Their old maid game, and they know all the cards already.
Yeah.
Like, that tells you how much they play.
And their penalties.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna be punished. And you're like, okay. And then we that's when it also another weird moment. Keiichi gets the newspaper, finds that, and is like, oh wait, there is something that happened, because also Rena's like, oh yeah, no, nothing happened. It's fine. I don't know anything. And it got weird. And if you weren't suspicious, you're not paying attention. That got super weird. And of course, the newspaper, yes, somebody was murdered. It was a horrible murder. And then it felt very ominous. And he mentions the cicadas, and then end of that episode. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, it was a brief cut.
Right? Yes. Then episode 2, The Secret. Rena appears with this blade, and thank goodness makes a noise, because then he's like, oh, hi. And then she's like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Just here with the blade.
And who owns that? Like, yeah, totally. I have this like in my backyard. No big deal.
It's a really interesting blade, too. It's not like your typical machete. It's like this butcher knife machete.
Yeah, and not an axe, too, because she's like, yeah, you mentioned getting an axe.
They call it a cleaver or something?
Yeah, it looks like a giant cleaver. That's what it looks like.
Then we get our festival episode, which normally in anime should be cute and fun.
I know,
but
right? With all the snacks.
Boring.
Yeah. It made me so like hungry. I'm like, I want all the things. It's like all the anime food. So it's a cotton drifting festival, and you go, okay. And also it's the battle of the 5 evils, and also, what? You get in there, but then they explain, okay, so you put all of the bad stuff that you have into the cotton balls and drift them down. And I'm like, okay, you're polluting, but I get it. That's like a cute thing to do. You go, okay, I follow, but it seems really kind of suspicious. Oh yeah, cotton absorbs all the evil in your body and drifts away. So we get the photographer again. Everybody knows him. Were you getting more suspicious, Jaimi? When
Yeah,
he's like,
I was just like, okay, this guy, like, he's up to something, but I'm clearly a bad judge of character of the anime characters, not humans.
I will say it is quick to point the finger.
I know, I realize it. I'm guilty. I'm getting better.
Yes.
But yes, it is kind of suspicious, because this is the only older, like, male character. Yeah. Well, not old, but kind of.
Not a child.
Exactly.
Adult.
And he was taking pictures without permission.
Yeah,
Like, he had to
being
get
a creeper.
he had to get him. I'm like, why are you taking pictures of me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a bird.
Then we learn that there was more. They talk a little bit. He talks to him more about the dam, and there was a lot of issues with it. And so 4 years, and every time during the festival, something happens and somebody dies or goes missing. Just like, wait, what? Mm-hmm. What? And we learn about the Oyashiro, the Sama's curse. Mm-hmm. Did we have any thoughts on that ahead of time, Jaimi? Like, what? Or were you thinking, small town folk? Like, they're just making up urban legends.
Folklore.
Yeah. One of those, like, stereotypes of, like, oh, yeah, sure.
I mean, I think I was also just ready for it, because I'm like, okay, this is the type of anime that we're watching. I'm ready for it. Like, just bring it on. And they kind of started with the eeriness really soon. But, of course, I was thinking the wrong person was the culprit. So I was definitely lost.
Mm-hmm. I like Daniel Magger in the chat. Sorry if I pronounced the last name wrong. It's 2019. High school girls can have giant knife collections. True. I ain't saying that's weird. But to show it behind your friend and be all ominous looking and be like, what's up? And like have it in your hand. Mm-mm.
So she had like that shadow cast on her eyes. And I'm like, ooh.
If she had glasses, it would have been the shine.
And you would have heard the sound effects. Ding. Yeah.
That's cool though. I feel like this anime is it has so many different levels of like horror, because there is like those random moments of horror, but there's also like the bloody, gory kinds of moments as well, and there's also those kind of very obscure moments where like such as the curse, that that whole myth or the urban legend of the curse and whatnot, which is very creepy. Like, you don't actually see anything, but just knowing about the story is like, that's why that's something that I really enjoy about this anime, is that it has all those different levels of horror, and I don't think we really see that a whole lot in certain horror.
They generally pick like one or the other or something.
And I feel like, and this, speaking of this being a horror genre, it's also so funny at the same time. Like,
yes,
so
there's a
it's so
lot of humor.
lighthearted with like the games and the penalties and whatnot. So this is,
his panda face drawing, yeah. It's such a, but then that takes you on that ride, and those are really good horror.
And
like
I think
light and,
what's special is that those comic relief moments is like, those are the moments that you get to know these characters and kind of sympathize with them and just really get to get on their side, and then it kind of it flips you with the horror.
Yes.
But I think that's why I'm so invested, and a lot of fans are invested about this anime over the course of the years that it's been around.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Because it definitely is interesting that you are intrigued. And it's not the kind like it's confusing where you go, I don't know anything and I don't care. We go, what? No, we need to
But it's like,
know more.
these characters were having so much fun earlier.
Yes.
I love them. I don't want them to die.
Yes. Oh, yeah, there's my note. Every year somebody dies. And then we meet this mysterious guy that I'm like, oh, he's a cop. Okay, cool. Also, was suspicious of him for a bit, too.
Where'd you come from?
Right? He just shows up out of nowhere. And I was thinking maybe the cops are in on it, because that can also happen in a lot of storylines. So that's Oishi. Kuroda, and then so he comes to the school, takes him out of school, which is also like, dude, small town, they're gonna
the
notice.
Part where he's like, "Come into my car. I have
Yes!
air conditioning.
No, stranger
I have
danger.
Air
No.
conditioning." He does that a lot.
And then, like almost choke him with his cigarette smoke. I felt so bad for him.
And he's sitting there like, no. That was
felt
so
bad.
suspicious. I'd be like, dude, I do not know you. I am not getting in your car.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I was suspicious about him
gotta
for
lock
like
the
3
doors.
episodes.
Where are the other adults in this
It
moment?
wasn't until episode 4 that I was like, okay, he may not be bad.
Well, so far at the
not
school,
trusting.
there's a teacher of their class who looks very young. Like, she looks college to their high
With the
school.
blue hair. I forgot.
Yeah.
What's her name? Shay?
We
I
barely
forgot
get to
her
see
name.
her. And then there's some man that's like ringing the school bell that we don't meet, which is also like, who are you and what are you doing? I mean, we're getting very suspicious early of who all these people are. Like, what? So yeah, we get some information. We learn the photographer is dead. And we're like, wait, what? What?
Right? Jamie,
That
what are your
sa-
thoughts?
That
I wanna
same
know.
night, and I'm like, wait, what? Then I was like, is this a joke? Like, maybe he's not dead,
Right.
because I'm new to the anime, so I'm like, maybe he's just, somewhere else. Then I'm like, no, he's actually dead. So I was
Yes.
like, well, clearly he's not the person.
And he clawed his own throat out. Yummy. Which is like, okay,
Yummy.
something crazy has to be going on that you would do that to yourself. I wrote a note. I said 5 to 12. It's like
How come
Tomotaki
you
is
didn't
dead.
say anything about the blonde woman that we met?
Oh, sure.
know
Yeah.
Or maybe
I'm aware. No,
I'm
I
just
think.
wondering.
She was at the festival too.
Yeah.
I
I
wrote
have
her
her
name
name
down
somewhere.
later. Okay, I don't remember what my 5 to 12 is,
Okay,
but if you
just-
guys know what that is,
Just
but
don't forget about her.
Star Cloak.
Takano. Her name is Takano.
Thank you. Star Cloak in the chat has nothing to do with the plot, but I never liked the cop. He's weird. He's-
Yeah, that's a good
Even now,
statement.
I don't like him.
Yeah. Like, I think you could say that regardless of what's going to happen. I'm just like, you're not going about this well. Like, you're not making yourself very trustworthy. Though Keiichi, I think, has nobody else to really talk to. So he, like,
Dang.
Connect.
No
I guess
friends.
he's like kind of like that authoritative figure. Like
well-
that standard authoritative figure. Like
yeah.
the law,
You're
essentially.
supposed to trust that, and you're supposed to think that that will save you. So,
Yeah.
but they aren't quick enough for him. Yes, the woman that was with Tomotaki, I thought she was interesting. They said she's gone missing, and I was thinking if I had a note on it. I'm like, nope. But yes, she is something, but you don't know about her or anything. So good point, Ollie.
Takano.
I'm suspicious about her now, too. They all kind of, because, like, even when they did the flashback, which I know we'll get to those
Yeah.
episodes, but, like, she started to look like she had the cat eyes, too.
Dude,
Unless-
thank you for pointing that
Yeah,
out.
that's what
he
makes it so
doesn't have
creepy.
those, but the other kids do, or at least our main people we've seen has those cat eye things going on.
And they're all women.
Ollie, does that have anything? Is that ever revealed?
What?
The eyes, the cat eyes, or is that just part of the
No,
aesthetic of the show?
there's a whole
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Well, because see, those are the only spoiler things where if it's a very specific question of like, will we get this information? Yes, no, good, okay, cool. Because I noticed that too. I was like, that's suspicious.
Yeah, and their voices get really, like, solemn and somber. Like, hi, Carrie.
Yeah, you're like,
instead of hi, Kari.
Yeah, they go from chipper to you're like, no, don't trust him. So we learn. Also, the cop goes, yeah, don't tell this to your friends. Weird, another red flag. Like, why not? Why shouldn't I tell anybody? And it's Satoshi and Rena. Oh, everybody's being like super weird about everything. And I said that you came back because I think it's when Rena's like, where were you and what happened? And why talk about this guy? And you're like,
why do you want to know?
So then they get their standoff, and that was like a 360 of her behavior. And she's like, you're lying. And you're like, what?
That aggression.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
Yeah, we're not friends no more.
Right?
And why not go over the detective? Like, why not, kill him? Like, what did I do? I just got here.
Yes, it gets
Unfollow,
so
block.
Yeah. That's not my name anymore.
Yes. So then we learned the term that somebody is spirited away because he calls the cop later and he's like, dude, something weird's going on. And he explains the spirited away by demons and like, you're taken. And you're like, okay. And we hear the name Satoshi Hojo is a missing kid. And we don't get any information, which he mentioned that. Rena kind of is like, I don't know what you're talking about. And like kind of blowing it off or like, yeah, he was here, but don't know, he transferred. And you're like, okay. Mm-hmm. And Rena was a threat because she was eavesdropping. I'm like, yes. The dad's like, oh, is she not in your room? And not seeing the dad, super weird. And then that was super creepy. Yeah. Super creepy. Oh my goodness, yeah, right? Oh,
the fact that she was there the whole time.
Yes. Episode 3, Suspicion. We learn, there we go. This was, I think with the photographer, I was saying first names and last names. So we get Takano. There it is, Takano with the photographer. There's my note on her. I was like, wait, I mentioned it. So he does his sick day. He's like, yeah, I'm sick. I don't want to go to school.
Boo, you are.
Small town, you can't really avoid them. And he learns from Oishi all of his friends are connected to the missing and murdered people, and pretty much they are kids of or interacted with these people who've died or gone missing, which all the red flags are going up, right? You're like,
But isn't that just terrifying to kind of like, if you were to put yourself in like his position, like his parents are apparently they don't exist at this point, from what we've seen.
Seriously.
All of his friends that he's made, now he's second guessing his friendships, and he has no one. He's like literally no one to trust. So it's terrifying if you really just kind of like put yourself in Keiichi's position, his mindset, and this is why there's a mental horror,
Yeah.
Another level. Oh no, of
I'd be
horror.
like, peace out. I'm getting in the car. I'm driving to the city.
And it's middle of nowhere, and this is what that anime does. This anime, you don't really see the city. It's stuck in Hinamizawa.
Yeah. So then we get the. Rena is not an outsider because like, she had been there before, went away and came back, says she has seen the demon, and then it's like, oh no, he's in danger. What? And then they visit him. Oh man, that was just creepy at the door. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No.
And his parents are there to be like, get away from my porch.
Yes.
My parents would not have had that.
Isn't that like that's a typical horror trope? The parents are gone or vacation,
And the editing's so good. You get that quick clip of an eye in the door frame. I was like, what?
And she's like,
Yeah. And they visit and they get the needle in the food.
We would have been fighting, throwing bows.
Right?
Don't F with my food.
A needle though?
No.
That was a big needle.
Yes.
You could feel that.
But why did he check it first too? Well, I mean,
he's not that suspicious yet. But then he also has almost a hit and run. Because when he's walking on his own, the car almost tries to hit him. Which then you're like, what is going on?
He's having a bad day.
Yeah.
Right? He's freaking out. And then that's when he gets the bat and he's like, no. Leaves the club. And apparently they're like, yeah, you're similar to Satoshi. And he's like, they never explain what that means, which they should have, or he should have asked, be like, what do you mean by that? Like, give me more information. And I totally am on his side of like, I would have a bat and be like, nope, I need to protect myself.
Yeah.
Though we'll see how much that really does. Then we have, his parents, speaking of that, the parents go to, we're going to Tokyo, peace out. And he,
can I come?
Yeah.
Can you give a letter to my school? Which also for his ohagi, like it looked like it was wrapped in a newspaper. right? Like the gift
Oh,
wrap.
how it was wrapped. Funny.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought it was like a newspaper. I don't know.
Yeah.
Got from the trash.
Well, maybe it had like like another murder, like, you know, I don't know.
Oh, I like this one. Daniel in the chat says, when a small village filled with people doesn't want to gossip, it's time to put head down and stop asking stupid questions or GTFO. Yes, small towns and people in general like to gossip. So if they don't want to talk about stuff, that is a major, like, no.
Yeah.
Run.
You just got to move.
Nope. Nope. Yes. So, speaking of which, Keiichi is like, fudge this all, locks up the house, which I'm like, thank you. Checks all the doors. Oh, there's too many windows at that place. So, real horror movie, I'm like, you have too many windows. But at least he locks everything. Smart kid. Then he calls the cops again, but then someone's at the door. This is such like a horror movie, right? Ah!
Ding dong.
Yes. And then we get episode 4, Disturbance, because it is quite the disturbance. Doorbell. I was like, nope. And Rena, and oh man, when she's at the door and the fingers in through and they're trying to pull the chain and he slams it.
Feel it.
He should have been done that.
Ooh.
I felt that in my hand too. I was like, I mean, what if she really isn't a demon?
Ah, right?
Yeah.
Well,
But clearly she was.
way back when on Horror Movie News, we did talk about like what things bother you.
Yeah.
Like per like torture in movies and stuff, and things that you can associate with. Like we've all got our finger caught in something, stubbed it, whatever, bumped it, that you know how much it hurts to hurt your fingers. So like even just the simplistic in the door,
right?
You as a viewer is like, ah,
Yeah.
That's
even animation. I was like,
yes.
ooh.
That's sadly like not the worst of what's to come.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh
No,
my
I'm gonna
gosh.
mention something when we talk about previews because I have seen a scene. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So that just was so freaky, and he slams it on her fingers, and like, I was thinking she could reach in and like do the thing herself.
I thought
though.
she would have.
She's like, give me a second.
Yeah, it's like
I'm
no,
here.
no. And so then we get Rena, and she's he's calling the cop. Rena's outside the door, outside, and he sees her, and she's just mouthing sorry. And you're like, that's so weird and creepy.
I'm like, where are his blinds? How can they see everything? Maybe because they're new, but y'all gotta get some something.
Oh, he does close his windows at one point, which I do like that, where he closes the door and closes the blinds.
Okay.
Horror movie smart. Don't not have your windows where people can see in. It drives me nuts. I'm like, they can see you.
Yeah.
That's like regular people who have their windows open all the time. I'm like, we can all see you. Like people.
Maybe it's hot. No,
Maybe, yes. They're like, it's too hot. So next day at school, Mion's being all like normal and like, hey, yeah, the peace. And he calls them out like, y'all have been crazy. You gave me this in my food. I'm glad he said something.
Yeah.
Because that would have been weird if he didn't say anything.
Exactly.
Were you suspicious of her then too? Because she seemed to be not as weird as Rena.
She did, but it's like maybe in a sense they're exact opposites. Like Rena seems like the one, you know, in her regular form that she's super sweet and innocent, but when she gets aggressive, it's like whoa. Whereas Mion seems more like the tomboy aggressive, so maybe she's like the other side.
Maybe that's a thought. And then Mion says also that she should have killed Oishi. She should have killed the cop.
I'm like, you couldn't have held that in.
Right? That is super. He should be like, I'm going to walk out of town.
She doesn't know how to
If
whisper.
he can't drive, that is the aside you say to yourself inside your head.
I should have killed him. I should have really killed him. Like, what?
Ooh, I
Who are you
like
talking
this.
to?
God.
And she's talking to herself.
Speaking of how creepy this show is, Red Truth in the chat. When I was younger, Rena used to give me nightmares. On a rainy night, I swore I saw someone standing outside my window. Oh, yeah, that is creepy.
Crazy how such a cute character can have that effect on someone because she's always like, oh, I want to, you're so cute, I want to take you home with me.
And that weird haircut.
But
Yeah, a little
speak
bit.
to the manager.
Her
asymmetrical
God.
bob.
Her
the
super A-line.
T-Bars.
Yes. Oh, man. She's
my
but
gosh,
that's
she's
what it is. The
awesome.
creepy, cutesy ones are like the creepier ones. Because you go, no, you're cute. And what happened? And like, ah.
And I always loved her outfit too, her little beret.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
the
She looks so
white
cute. And
dress.
she's like,
Almost
yeah,
Sailor
sure.
Moon. Little Sailor
Yes.
Moon.
Okay, so we learn about Oyashiro, and where we hear that again, and we're just like, okay, whatever. So Rena and Keiichi are like talking, and they're like, no, Oyashiro is real, and she knows, and that's when we get her cray-cray laugh.
There's lots of those.
Oh, I can imagine. Well, actually, earlier when I didn't mention it earlier, but when Miana and Rena come over and they both have their creepy laughs, I'm like, also this is the standard male fear of like women laughing at him because they're laughing at him, and I'm like, oh, that's an interesting fear thing.
Right.
And that girl, I'm like, which one was she? I'm like, that one. I think it's Satoko. Satoko.
Yeah.
When she's like,
Oh, she. Yeah.
always. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I love those
laughs
laughs though.
Yes. So then we learn about, and then he's like, peace out. I'm going to run. I'm going to try to get out. He runs around the house a different way, gets knocked out by these creepy workers in the woods.
Oh my gosh. First of all, I was like, are they in cahoots with the girls, or have they also been transferred?
Right.
And they also looked alike too. They all kind of favored.
Good point.
I was just like, where'd they come from? And why are you trying to hurt a little kid?
Yes.
You're going to beat him with the bat too?
And he wakes up at home, and Rena and Mian are there. Oh, actually, I think this is when they're kind of laughing. And they mention the director. We don't get any information, but it's like, okay, weird. And they inject him with something, or they try to inject him, but you don't actually see it. Do you think he got injected? Because they go for it, and then it cuts.
I think they did inject him, and I know they had like the flashback of when he was talking to the detective, and he was like, we did sense that there could or maybe not have had drugs in the system, so he I think I just felt so bad for him. He was thinking about all of that.
And then that cuts to him beating those two to death, which was the very beginning of episode 1.
Practice
and
makes perfect.
all these people show up, and that's when he tries to sneak away. And he calls the Oishi again, gives it on the cop, and is like, I'm sorry, do you think he's passing it on? Because they mention, Rena mentions, like, if you say sorry to somebody, you're passing it on or something. She says something to that extent. So when he tells the cop sorry, I'm like, is he trying to pass it?
Oh, okay, because okay, that part was really creepy because he's like in the booth, the phone booth, and
Yes, that's the telephone booth.
Yeah.
Those existed. I'm surprised Hinamizawa has one. It's kind of wild.
And also, that was also in the middle of nowhere, poor thing.
Yes.
And I totally agree with you. He probably was transferring it because even when Rena was outside the window mouthing, I'm sorry, dang, like that could be the way they do it.
Ollie, were you thinking about that at all as a thing?
I mean, I'm just sipping my tea. I'm listening. I'm just listening to your theories. I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay, fair. This one is definitely one of those I'm like, we'll see. Because I feel it's going to unfold.
I didn't think about that. And then the fact...
And then he claws his own throat out he does the same thing. Well, we don't see it. He says, like, the monster's behind him, and the cops, like, turn around and look. We don't get to see that. We find out he dies of his blood loss, not at the phone booth, but later. Also, the note he wrote is incomplete. Part of it is missing, and the syringe is gone. So you're like, gosh, darn it. He tried so hard, and he was smart. I like that. I'm like, okay, hide it somewhere. This is my last will and testament in case I die. Which, lo and behold, he does. So,
Smart boy.
what? But the note mentions, I hope someone will uncover the truth.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
And why
right?
him?
Yes,
Why
yes.
not his parents or somebody,
Parents are like, oh, I have so much to clean up when they get back home.
Right.
Oh, right?
What a mess.
Oh,
They're like,
God.
oh my goodness.
Keiichi,
All right, so
you're grounded. Oh, wait, you're dead.
aw. So we're gonna hold on to our predictions, and Ollie's not allowed to make them because it will be like,
say something.
Sure.
I'll say a little.
Or let us
You're
know how
all-
close we are. I'm getting warmer.
no, it's like, oh, okay, sorry, I was grabbing something. But we'll get into our special word of the day, which is, I'm like, I was thinking if we had music, we need to figure out a music for
Da,
that.
da, 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 da.
So our special word of the day is otosan, which is for father.
Oto-san.
So, because we did...
Happy Oto-san Day.
So yeah, there's other words for it too, but it like talking about someone else's dad versus your dad. But if you've heard it on anime, we did okasan for mom for Mother's Day, so otosan for father. Yay!
Oto-san, I gotta calm down.
Yay! There it is. Thank you. So it's spelled with the Romaji as Otosan. So that's for father. Yay! So happy Father's Day to everybody celebrating.
Yes.
Though we don't see his dad in this episode, and we don't see many dads, so it's like.
Sorry.
Yes, with the Austin Powers
Take me
reference.
to the fair.
Right. Okay. So now we'll also get into some news.
Yes.
All right. Jaimi, what's some exciting news we got going down with the special show?
All right, guys. have you heard of My Hero Academia?
Yes!
Because it is premiering at Anime Expo this year. I am so stoked. We're all stoked. And if you have been a fan of our show, we love you. And if you're, just now joining, make sure you watch our old after shows because we reviewed the entire show. And I'm definitely sure we're going to be reviewing the new season. So you have to join us. I'm really excited. So we get to see it kind of before everybody else does in October. So if you guys are, actual fans, if you are trying to get your tickets for Anime Expo, I recommend getting those now because the prices will continue to go up. Whether you do like the whole, 4-day pass or if you do just one day, do what you can. But yeah.
So, and then the rest of the series otherwise will be coming out in October.
Yes.
So if you can't go to Anime Expo, that's when you can watch. And if you're going to see it Anime Expo, I highly recommend lining up early. This is a very popular show. Someone on the Anime Expo forum was kind of like, how early? Also, in general, I'd recommend Anime Expo minimum 1 hour before. If you really want to go to something, I'd give yourself like almost 2 hours to be in line because different ones, it depends on what room it's in. There's some smaller rooms, there's some bigger rooms, and so plan accordingly.
True. And shirts sell out.
On merch, there's merch like, oh my gosh, though, the merch, they do have some My Hero merch. Looks really good, so check that out on Anime Expo's Twitter as well as ABTV Anime Twitter. We have some photos of that and links to it, which I'm like super excited about.
And I'm so excited to go with you guys.
We will be there, so we're super stoked for that. And also a quick shout out, this is we got our best girl here, we got our Tsu. And this is from Toxic Toy Box. So they have some licensed product of different anime as well. So check them out, Toxic Toy Box. And I was like, I got to wear my Hero something for excitement for the news. Because, I was like, we finally have a time because we didn't really know. We're just like, okay, it's coming back. And, like, can we get to it now?
That's
like, can we get
exciting.
it? All right, and then our other exciting news, we have another Japan crate, our bestest and favorites, like yummy. We're like, it just makes us so happy because it's all the foods. So this one is the June Premium Crate, and it is beautiful because it is a fruits basket box.
Yes.
So cute. We have the main characters on the front, and then lo and behold inside, and we did cover this on the Attack on Titan after show, so you can see more as well. And check out the inside, it's so pretty.
I love just even the top case, it looks so cute.
Oh, so if you're listening, the top inside of the box is our favorite character, all the main family sitting around, and it's so cute and pretty. And one of the awesome items inside is the pins of the main characters. We got our Toru, we got our Yuki, and then we got our Kyo. And I know Veronica's gonna be like, give
it to me.
Yes, because she's so. I'm like, it's so cute. I love it. So it's you can see that it says Fruits Basket, Funimation, Japan Crate, yum. Not the Japan Crates, yum. The pins are yum. Don't eat those. This is not when they cry of eating them. So then the other exciting item to tell you about in here. So this one's a little unique, which I love the weird drinks. And I say weird because we're like, these are different flavors. Ollie would also attest to we like trying the different drinks.
They
right?
They do.
So this one, we have this, and you might guess, you're like, okay, well, cool. It looks, what flavor? So this is a cheese kind of drink. And you're just going to be like, wait, what? So
no,
cheese
I hear that's
tea.
really popular though. Like
Yes.
I went to Boba like the other day. I'm like, what the heck is cheese milk? I don't know.
Right?
I'll try a teaspoon.
So this is afternoon milk tea. So cheese tea is trending in Japan. So Afternoon Tea made their own cheese milk tea tasting, and like mascarpone. I do not know that kind of cheese, or I'm guessing it's kind of cheese. So the limited edition design features classic school setting, similar to the ones you see on Fruits Basket. We have our cute little characters, and I'm like, that looks so fun. So it's like not only does your beverage look cool, it tastes good too. Or you get the inside and outside. It's great. As well as the right here, which is yummy, to go with the tea. Got these, which is the brown chocolate Ginza rusk. So this will curb your chocolate cravings, and chocolate's always yummy. And I do like the mix of the fruity and the chocolate as well. So these are crispy, sweet pieces of dried toast baked with rich chocolate and coated with cocoa powder. So it's like, yes! So this awesome crate, again, is a premium crate. And if you use the code AfterBuzz, if you type that in, you get to save $3 on your premium crate. Highly recommend giving it a try. There's so many wonderful things in there that, like, you'll be set. You're
Right.
just all the different flavors, all the different things. It's just so fun to get like candy and sweets from Japan, which is great. Oh, and actually the other thing too, I was going to mention, they always have a little booklet which explains all of the items in it. So don't worry if you cannot read Japanese. They have a little booklet that explains all the things and tells you about it. So premium, you get all of these. And this one, the special June Fruits Basket one, tells you about the characters as well, and a little bit more about it and little character breakdowns. I like this little chart. It has a who likes who. It's like, oh,
everyone looks
cute.
so
Everyone loves
awesome.
Toru.
Right? And
I
it's
love
just
that.
everybody's so
The
pretty.
art.
Yes. So
beautiful.
check that out. All right. Let's get into our predictions.
Dun dun dun.
Okay.
Your AfterBuzz TV
You're all, hold up.
predictions.
I'm like, let it marinate. Okay.
Yeah.
So with the photographer,
Tomotaki.
thank you so
Yes.
much. I was like, okay, his camera. Remember he was taking pictures? Oh my gosh.
Ollie made a face. Ollie made a face. I feel this could be something.
So, I mean, we don't know where his camera is, but maybe he was catching something because why were you at the dump as well?
It was weird.
And
Well,
then
he
also-
takes pictures of birds, air quotes.
But all of a sudden you were taking pictures of people because he was probably suspicious. And then the woman that also arrived with him, Takano, like maybe she has something to do with it too. So just all these missing links and elements. So I'm just wondering, you know, since it all does come full circle, what's going to come back, you know, to us.
I like it.
So.
Did you have thoughts that you're able to share? And
Oh,
not
is that
tell
close
us?
it?
am I?
Well, I'll just say that expect the unexpected.
Okay.
We're going into a new arc, and I feel like when we go
Yes.
into a new arc, it's going to be huge change.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, I'll say Satoko. You know Satoko, right? The blonde girl.
Yes.
And Satoshi. They sound almost similar. I wonder what that means.
Siblings.
So,
Okay.
I don't know. It could I'm excited for this rewatching of
Okay.
it with you
And
guys.
the next arc is going to be, for next week, we're doing episodes 5, 6, 7, 8. So another 4. And then we'll be breaking them down. We'll let you know for the subsequent weeks what we'll be doing. I don't know when this arc happens, but I was thinking about it. And I actually have seen a scene from this anime way back when doing AX
my
Live,
gosh.
deep cut for anybody who remembers that. And it was the scene, the fingernails. I'll just say that. I got to see that scene, and I think it was presented like, check out this crazy anime.
It sounds creepy. I
Oh,
got
no,
shivers.
it was...
I think we need scenes like those particular horrific scenes is what makes you remember this anime.
Oh, yes. I
think.
remember it. I did not forget it. And this was like 2012-ish. So I saw it years ago. Didn't know what it was exactly and hadn't watched it. But they're like, this scene, you have to see it. I'm like, what? So I'm really curious how these pieces will fall into place, that we get to get all of the information about what's going down.
Because everything is so fragmented.
Yes, which I kind of like that storytelling, and it'd be curious of how they'll all connect. So it's like I almost want to just sit back without making predictions, because then I think you're almost making your own narrative of it, instead of just like, all right, let's all the information come and let it marinate and sit. But me too, I'm like, I'm suspicious, but it's also storytelling from somebody's perspective. So our main guy,
Ooh.
quote unquote, it's told as if he's the main character in this arc, but maybe he's like bad and the other people are good and they think he's evil. So it's like,
I am confused.
Different perspectives.
yes, absolutely. Kind of on spot. Any other predictions? I feel that kind of like where we think it's going.
That's all I got.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Any other anime anybody's been watching that they want to share about? I know we're gearing up for Anime Expo. So some of the shows that power watch through these because they're going to be doing it. SAO is having a panel. Then also Promise Neverland is having one. Made in Abyss. Super excited for that one too. And also Promise Neverland. Made in Abyss is doing the show and the movie. Also, Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? That's a very long title. They're doing a movie and the new season. So those are some shows. If you haven't watched them, you got a couple weeks. You can binge.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still catching. I mean, I've seen Yu Yu Hakusho before.
Cool.
It's one of my favorite action
Yes.
animes, but I'm watching it over again. So
Nice.
it's very nostalgic. So I'm on the episode where Kuwabara is at the tournament, and it's just great.
Sweet. Any ones you're catching up on, Ollie?
No.
We're diving into this one. We also do Attack on Titan because I mean it's a lot.
I'm
between
watching
these
a
two.
lot. I'm
Yes.
watching a lot at the moment, but I'm excited to watch Higurashi again.
So check out also our Attack on Titan after show. I've been binging because getting ready for AX, I was like, hello Crunchyroll and no commercials, because I'm like, watch Tanya Saga of Evil. I feel they probably might have a presence. It's trippy, but I loved it. Ancient Magus Bride, really good. It's kind of like slice of life anime, but with magic. Finished all of Yuri on Ice. It's adorable. Also watch All the Promise Neverland. Amazing thriller. Veronica started it too. I'll be like, girl, I need to know your thoughts because this one's cray. And then I started ReZero. And I'm like, yeah, what can I get and watch?
I'll try Tanya.
I'd say check it out. And
I'm gonna try that.
It's intense and it's one of those, stick with it, especially through episode 2 because it switches on you. There's a thing that happens. But anyway, all right. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know what other anime shows you're watching too down below, because I mean, it's one of those like there are the shows we love, and then we're like, oh, what are the other ones? And like, there's so much to choose from.
Yeah.
First world problems. Too much anime.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Where can they find you all online?
Hi guys, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Ollie Dreamer.
You can find me on Twitter at It's Jaimi Gray or on Instagram at Jaimi Gray, Jaimi.
And my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KaridLane. And again, follow us on ABTV Anime. We have all kinds of news, Anime Expo related, other press releases, all of that kind of stuff. Thank you so much, Japan Crate. This is exciting. Give us all the things. And then also, tune in for next week. Leave comments down below what you thought on these episodes. Do not get ahead, please. And we'll see where this craziness goes. See you next week. Sayonara.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.